What is the biggest misconception of you? What's one thing people think about you, but it's not true?
The biggest misconception of me, I think people think I'm nasty, like I'm like a perverted freak, because a lot of my content has, it talks about a lot of like, giving head and sex and this, that, and the third. But in reality, everybody has sex. Everybody has given or received head at some point in time. So I just like to talk about the things that people are kind of nervous to talk about, or the things that people think about, but they feel like, if I say this, then, I'm gonna be judged a certain type of way. I really don't give a damn. So I just say what's on my mind.
Just curious, do you have any kids?
I do not have any children that I know of.
Okay. Just curious there. Because I had questions if you did, but since you don't.
I mean, what type of question did you have?
Well, I was curious if you did have children, if you would still be doing that type of content.
I mean, absolutely, because, that type of content is how the children would have been created, so.
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
All right, now, craziest rumor you heard about yourself?
The craziest rumor I heard, it might go back to high school. I heard that I was gay. I don't know, where that got started. It's not my cup of tea. I have nothing against the LGBT, community. I support them 100%, but yeah, it's far-fetched. I think it was one of those things like they couldn't find something wrong with me, so therefore you just threw something out there, so.
Is there a question people ask of you, just in general, that you just can't stand? Something that gets under your skin that people ask?
When people ask me to tell them a joke when they meet me, like say something funny, I find it weird because, if it's my job to tell jokes all the time, if I'm just out and about, then I'm technically off the clock. That's like if you worked at Subway, and I seen you and I knew you worked at Subway and I'm like, hey, yo, make me a sandwich right now. You're not prepared. You don't got the black olives. You don't got the cold cut meat in order to make the sandwich. So, that is kind of a pet peeve.
Now, just curious, different comics, their comedy may stem from different things, maybe things they've endured in their life. For you, where does your comedy come from a certain place? Does this?
Yeah, I would say so. Just to kind of give you a little brief background about my upbringing, I lost my mom at a young age to the hands of my father. She was stabbed to death, R.I.P. Giovanni. So I feel like with that happening early in my life, I was 7 years old. So it kind of made me grow up quick because I used to hang out with my older sisters. I got 2 older sisters and a younger brother. So in order to be around my older siblings, I can't act like a kid. I got to kind of grow up. And I feel like a lot of comedians, the way that they deal with pain is through jokes and comedy. So I feel like that's where a lot of my energy, my desire, passion comes from, in order to make other people laugh. Like, that's my job. My job is to make other people laugh. I don't really care about, I don't want to say I don't care about what goes on with my day-to-day life, but if I can make other people happy with what I do, then mission accomplished at the end of the day.
When it comes to other people, do you care what people think of you?
I did at first. Until I got around some people that pretty much explained to me that it doesn't matter. Whatever you do, somebody's gonna have something to say about it. So at the end of the day, you gotta do what you like doing. If their opinions don't pay your bills, which I don't think nobody's opinion pays the bills, you can't walk into the leasing office with 1,000 opinions and be like, look, here you go, leasing office lady, I'm gonna pay my rent this month in opinions. So you just kind of take it on the shoulder, and I don't even really respond back to people when they say something negative. It'd be like every once in a while just to kind of let people know, like, all right, look, if I need to clap back, I will, but it's just bad energy. I try to stay away from that.
Now, when it came to that point of your life, when you did care about other people's opinions, I know some people, they can get health issues that happen because of that stem from that. Caring about another person's opinions, it can lead to a certain level of stress, maybe some sort of anxiety, depression, worst case, suicidal thoughts. Did it ever get that bad when it came to caring about another person's opinion of you? When you did?
You're asking me, did someone else's opinion make me want to kill myself?
Yes. Did you ever face these type of obstacles when it came to caring about another person's opinion of you?
Nah, hey, I don't think it was ever that deep.
Okay.
Nah, I don't think any situation has ever made me think of suicidal thoughts. You know, it's kind of selfish, man. You know, you kill yourself, then it's bills left out there that somebody got to pay for, and then on top of that, like, you're gonna hurt all your family members, and ain't gonna be no questions answered as to why did you do it, was it something we could have did? So I mean, it never was that deep. Depression, I don't deal with depression, anxiety, nah. I mean, as a performer, I mean, you deal with like anxiousness in a sense when you get ready to go on stage. You want to make sure your performance is good, this, that, and the third, but nah, it's not that deep.
Now, I know you don't care about a person's opinion of you, but what about as far as your comedy? Do you care about people's opinions of your comedy at this point?
That's a trick question. I see what you did there. Because now I'm supposed to say, yes, I care, but I just feel like with the fan base I got, they kind of already know what to expect from me. I don't have a filter. I think people kind of know that from now. So in that sense, if I didn't have a support base, then I would care a little bit to the point where I need to figure out what I need to critique to make people want to be kind of driven towards me in a sense. So yes, in that aspect, but I do feel like sometimes the type of things I talk about might hurt me when it comes to, like, you know, brand endorsements and things like that. But then I think about, well, you got companies like Magnum, you got companies like Durex, you got sex toys companies. But all my stuff ain't sexual though, you know what I mean? But I just feel like that's just the thing that really kind of gets under people's skin because they feel like it's the worst thing to talk about publicly.
Has that happened? Have, you know, sexually charged brands, I guess, have they stepped to you about some sort of promotion, advertising, marketing?
Yeah, I've had some people send me like a care package. It had, you know, lube in it. It had a sex swing. By the way, the sex swing, I never tried, so I can't tell you if it worked or not. But I wouldn't even try it in my apartment complex anyway because the frames on the door is kind of weak. And, you know, unless she's like, I think my girlfriend weighs like 140 pounds. So it might work, but I mean, it's, nah.
Just curious there. Okay, now what about, at this point, becoming successful and achieving a certain type of success that you have? What are your keys to that? What are your keys to success? What are some things that make you successful?
Everybody has a different opinion when it comes to success. Success to me, I feel like I'm successful, but I'm not necessarily where I want to be. Successful, but I'm still hungry to get further in life. I used to wait on tables. This was back in 2015. Before that, I worked at a call center job. So the fact that now I'm at a point in 2016, I quit my job. I'm from Ohio, the great state of Ohio, a small city called Elyria. It's like 35, 40 minutes from Cleveland. So I was able to quit my job in July and then moved to Atlanta in October. And ever since then, I've been able to work for myself. So when you're able to work for yourself, you can pay your bills and still kind of do the things that you want to do and help out others as you do it. That is a great form of success. I don't have to punch a clock. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with punching the clock, but, you know, that was just one of my goals was to, like, I don't want to have to work for nobody because I knew I had the talent to be able to put myself in a situation to be able to provide for myself.
Now, what would you say your keys to that success are?
Oh man, consistency is definitely number one. When I first started out, I started doing comedy videos in 2013. When Instagram was 15 seconds, you couldn't record it and upload to the app. You actually had to hold down the camera, change into a different costume, pick it up and keep recording within that 15 seconds. So I started when it was like brand new and was literally dropping a video every day until I got to the point where celebrities were reposting my videos. Being creative is definitely another key because you can't just see what you see on the internet and take it and copy it. It's kind of like, there was no thought process behind it. So consistency, hard work, not caring about people's opinion. It takes some time to get to that point I'm trying to tell you because people say some ruthless, crazy things about you, your parents, your girl. Crazy. They be on my girl's comments just talking reckless, just talking about, oh, I would love to rub oil on that ass and, you know, as a man, you're like, dang, you know, like, she don't even let me rub oil on the ass. So why you think you just about to come into a situation and just do it all rip? Like, but yeah, consistency, hard work, dedication, get you a nice team of people who support what you do, and all the haters, I mean, be happy that they're there because they hating on something, obviously.